Welcome to myprojectbuzzer.com. The title of the project is Enabling Dynamic Data and Indirect Mutual Trust for a Cloud Computing Storage System. Let us see the abstract of the title. The indirect mutual trust between for the owner and CSP. We have integrating for the outsourced data for the owner and CSP provider for the user. We discuss it through three models we have implementation in this portal. The owner has benefit from the facility offered by the CSP and enable indirect mutual trust between them. A data owner to outsource the data to the CSP and perform a full dynamic operation. The authorized user receives the most recent version of the outsourced data. It enforces the access control for the outsourced data. Authorized user is a set of owners client who have the right to access the remote data. TTP, an entity who is trusted by all the other system components. The idea is allowing revoked user to read the unchanged data. Blocking is not a significant loss in security. Straightforward solution using authentication tags to detect the cheating from any side. The revocation process is acceptable for the revoked user to read the unmodified data blocks, update our new blocking system, and the serial and the version key will be updated for the encrypted data to the new keys. The lazy revocation trades re-encryptions and the data access cost for the degree of the security. The key rotation will be the encryption and decryption model we have mainly used to the system. The data owner enforced the access for controlling for the outsourced data between the owner and the CSP provider. The owner model, we have the file preparation for the outsourcing data to upload the CSP cloud service provider. They keep the data for the cloud data mitigate to the full key based on the data. The outsourced data contain outsourced data and TTP key and owner key, etc. The outsourced data uploading dynamic for all the owner of the data. The owner data uploading every time through in cloud. The authorized users, we have accessing the outsourced data with private for the getting the data from the key bases. The user data will be allowed for user key based. The user also get one of the TTP key and the privacy key and the cloud key. So this making a privacy for the outsourced data to access the file for the cloud or CSP or owner file. The storage maintained for the outsourced data invoking from the cloud. It only used for the store the data. The outsourced data all are privacy data for all owners. The owner data file store information separately maintained. The maintained information contain who is the owner of the file and their secret key. The encryption techniques and the revocation and the key rotations we have using to the technical for the cryptographic techniques. Finally, we have accessing the storage for the cloud services and updating the scanning for the update result from the outsourced data to the cloud. So user will be access for the outsourced data for the latest and updated versions data will be easily followed for the cloud data or owner. Let us see the flow of the diagram. This is the simple architecture for the diagram. The untrusted we have checking to the dotted line for untrusted. The data owner and the service provider we have trusting to the TTP work. So data owner does not trusted to the cloud service or directly. But data owner we have trusting to the third party. We have retrieving the information or uploading the information to the CSP. CSP mentioned the cloud service provider. Almost data owner for accessing and trusting models to the authorized user. But authorized user he cannot trust to the CSP. So this process we have making to the TTP client. The TTP providing to the key rotation basis we have provided to the trusting model for the data owner and the authorized user. So the data owner and accessing and uploading to the data for the CSP provider for the trusting to the TTP work. And also authorized user we have access or retrieve the information from the cloud or owner data or outsourcing data we have getting to the TTP key and the trusting model to invoke the result. So the revoke users we have maintained using for the trusting model. Let us see the demo of the process. First of all, we have creating the owner of the details and storage size. I will create the owner of the details. First of all, we create the information for the owner, the Roman and the addressing and the mailing and the short name of the Roman, the phone number and organization. Then pick the storage size for the MB and GB sizes. First of all, we create the storage key of the owner. Next, we provide to the TTP key for this one. The next we create to the owner key. So through the process we have successfully, we have data will be stored in the procedure. The three key bases we have using to the key rotation. Click to the data storage, we have inserted the record successfully. So owner Roman will be create the channel. I will click the owner key. The outsource data. The outsource data we have mentioning the outsource, retrieving any files. The outsource data we have open owner key. If we fill all the details, the key updated, the owner key will be verified, verify success, and the TTP key issue for the owner key. The TTP key issue for the owner key before we have created the owner data. Finally, the data source in CSP. So the data sources in CSP will be provided. So with the help of the TTP key. Okay. User data. User. We also provide for the storage key and the TTP key and the user key. So this thing key is using for the user data only. I will configure this user key. Finally, we have the data will be storage. The data successfully added for the user data. So user authorization, we mention to the user name and the user TTP key. Just key name is verified and the TTP key user key is verified and the user key TTP key is verified and the data process. The authorized process is successfully. So then we have checking to the user data provider. Just you. So user key is verified successfully. Then TTP key we allowed for the accessing data. This accessing data we have provided to the TTP key via to user retrieve the information for the document. So CSP data will be loading for this process. The CSP data will be processed. This is the CSP data. The connection of owner data will be proceed only for the CSP provider after the getting the TTP key. So after the TTP key getting, the user files will be displayed. So any of content we have selected into the process, the data access, the entire data result for the cost basis and the file and the owner key. So we have finally providing the owner key, the secure access purpose we have maintaining. So the user key we have mentioned the TTP provider and the owner key will be discussion via the trusting model to this TTP and the owner key procedure. Finally we have the data. Are you sure to the access profile? If you yes, the accessing file will be followed. So the next we have generating the user role. The user role, user accessing the user key. So user accessing this file for the key and generation. The user accessing these files and this we have specific for this user level access. Next we have seen that one graph. The analysis report. We mentioned the analysis for storage size wise. The storage size A and B we have using the cloud services and the owner files. This level of the analysis to the storage and the costly discussion for the ratios. So next we have discussion to the storage. The storage is the A, B, C. A mentioned the serial number and B mentioned the batch number and C mentioned the key version. So each and every access for the storage mentioned to the access level. So the black number and the serial number and the key version updated. So this level we have the same updated. This level we have mentioned the batch level updating result for the C and A. At this level the serial number and the version updated the batch level. So the batch level is unique for the three content. The updated version storage will be increasing. So this process we have mainly access to the user data provider. We have seen to the role of owner. The outsourcing data we have checking to the outsourcing data. First we have setting to the serial number created and the batch numbers with the black numbers will be created and the key version will be updated for the key version. So okay, the data storage. If the data already existed in the cloud, we have checking to the access, the owner role of the data successfully added. So the updated version and the key version will be updated for the owner roles. The detail of the owner roles, we mentioned the owner key. The owner key of the data. If you use the modified data, we will be checking to this condition. The document will be updating result for the file and the cost result. If you need modification result, you modify the data. So you modifying data, we have the outsourcing, we have using this file. So that type of storage we calling this one. So this level we have creating the batch file, the updating for the result this one. This list level key versions we have updating for the ABC. So A mentioned the serial number and the B is a batch number and C mentioned to the key versions. The updation result will be analyzing to this level. So the separate logging, the batch levels cannot increment to the batch level. The batch levels only for one level. We have updating result will be analyzing to the different state of the key versions. Thank you.